Sudden adult death syndrome, something that I've never heard of, sounds really concerning.
Oh, well, it is. We've never seen that before. And, I look at that and it's very obvious what it is.
So what do the numbers say? I mean, this is a eye-popping increase.
Yeah, it's at least a 20% increase in all-cause mortality. And when we look at the Medicare numbers, which the CDC, for some reason, just doesn't want to show the public, the all-cause mortality data from Medicare shows that the all-cause mortality is an all-time high. Everyone in Medicare has been vaccinated, and they've gone through all these COVID, diseases and so forth. And the ones who are weak and frail, they've all been decimated or died. But now, when you look at the number of weekly deaths, it's at an all-time high. The only way that can be is if the vaccines has injured your immune system. And so people are dying at a higher rate, or they're dying from the sudden adult death syndrome, which is what they're calling it, which is essentially you died because you got the vaccine. And we can't call it vaccine sudden death syndrome because then that would create vaccine hesitancy, which is against the narrative. And so we'll call it sudden adult death syndrome. Basically, it's the code word for this is a vaccine death. And it's not just for adults. See, that's the thing. It's for kids too. And I recently did a survey on Gab when I asked about 5 to 11-year-olds. You know anyone 5 to 11-year-olds who have died? And if they died, what's the cause? You'll never guess what the number one cause of death of 5 to 11-year-olds is.
What is it?
It's the COVID-19 vaccine. The second most often cause of death. So that was that 35% of the people chose COVID-19 vaccine. The second most popular cause of death was the cause of death was never determined. The kid died unexpectedly, and that's 23%. The CDC is not exposing that data to the public. They're not exposing the cause of death data for kids that have recently died. They're not showing the public what that is because that would create vaccine hesitancy and it would be seized upon by us misinformation spreaders as evidence that, yes, we were right. So this data doesn't come out. So the only way you can get it, you can't get it in the official CDC data because they don't publish anything past 2021, January 2021. They say it's incomplete. So you have to get it through surveys. So I survey people, and people are welcome to do their own surveys about causes of death of 5 to 11-year-olds. And they'll see the same thing. They'll see this. It's not just sudden adult death syndrome, but it's sudden kid death syndrome as well. And the thing is, Stu, it only happens to people who are vaccinated. And it only started happening after the vaccines rolled out for that age group.